everybody, Chad here. In this video, we're going to talk about something very, very unique. And it's this. No, why are celebrities, when you look at a celebrity, why are celebrities constantly manifesting more wealth into their lives? Why are celebrities constantly manifesting more and more and more? Why are they constantly manifesting better things into their lives? I mean, why are celebrities, okay, what are they doing? What is one thing that they're doing what we're not doing? You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I really would love your opinion on this. So make sure you comment below and let me know what you think. Other than that, let's get rocking and rolling. And before we start with this, with this, what we're talking about today is we're talking about celebrities. Like, why are they manifesting so quickly? Why are they manifesting more wealth and more abundance into their lives? But I'm talking from experience in this one. Okay. Now, this is kind of an area of my life I don't talk about very, very much. I talk about, like, I lived in California for 20 years. But when I lived in California for 20 years, yes, I worked in marketing and SEO and IT. I mean, during that time, scattered during that time. But probably about 15 years kind of scattered throughout. Okay. 15 years, I worked in the entertainment industry. Okay. I worked in the entertainment industry in many facets. I worked in the entertainment industry as an actor, okay, as a principal actor. I did a lot of commercials. I did some co-starring stuff. I worked, in the very beginning, I worked as an extra, in movies and TV shows and stuff like that. That's how I initially got on set. I worked for casting departments. I worked on the marketing side for casting departments and so forth and so forth. So, I worked in the entertainment industry for around about 15 years. And when you work in the entertainment industry, well, guess what comes with that? Okay, you're around stars. You're around celebrities that's on these TV shows and movies. You're around them. Okay, you either get a chance to talk to them one-on-one or talk to them, converse with them, or you're there listening to them talk. You know what I mean? I mean, depending if you're on set, you're going to use common sense. They're on set to work. They're learning dialogue, they're in character and stuff like that. So you're not going to break their character, go up and ask them questions and do meaningless conversations. Okay. Then on top of that, my ex relationship, I was a stepdad. So I was a stepdad for 12 years. And my stepson, he went to private schools. So I'm not going to share the private schools that he went to because I would be exposing certain people. So I'm not going to share the private schools that he went to in Los Angeles. But when he went to private schools, well, guess what? Guess what again? When I worked for the entertainment industry, well, when he went to private schools, he went to school with celebrity kids. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of not sharing where he went to school, what private schools he went to, because in that way I'm exposing, celebrities. I'm not going to use celebrities' names in this video because just kind of protect their kids and protect what their kids go to school, so forth and so forth. So that's not really what the video is about. But what I want to say is I have experience talking about what we're going to talk about today. Okay, what's one thing that celebrities are doing what we're not doing in our lives? What's one thing that they're doing to manifest more abundance in their lives? Whatever you want to characterize abundance is it more money? Is it doing what you love? Make sense? Is it just making your life better? That's really abundance. You're making your life better wherever you want it. Okay, it doesn't have to be about money. But what are they doing that we're not doing? Okay, and this is something I experienced when I worked in the entertainment industry, being on sets. This is something I experienced when my stepson went to private school. And we would go to sporting events and be very active at his school. When I would go to school and sporting events, I would be chatting with a celebrity. Now, of course, I know who they are, but I'll be chatting with them. They'll be talking to me, or I'm part of that conversation, so I can hear their conversation. I can hear how they talk. Okay, and this is what we're going to talk about today. And I might keep this short, sweet, to the point once we get rocking and rolling here. Okay, what's one thing that they're doing that we're not doing? I'm going to tell you right now. It's their level of talk. Okay, it's how they talk. It's how they talk to themselves. It's how they talk to other people. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, Now I was at a sporting event one time, and I was sitting beside a celebrity, and he was talking to me, chatting with me a little bit, but he was mainly chatting with a couple of his friends, and his friends were kind of asking him. Yes, it's a guy. His friend. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but his friends were asking him, "Hey, what you been up to? What are you doing?" And he's like, and he was so excited. He was like, oh, I bought a farm in this state. I'm kind of a farmer now, and I've been doing that, and I've been working on a TV show and doing that, and also coming here for my kid, watching my kid play football, so forth and so forth. And while I'm sitting there listening to him, I'm sitting right beside him. Okay, I'm not really eavesdropping, but I'm sitting right beside him. Like his face is like really like right close next to my ear because we're at a sporting event. And all of a sudden I picked up something. I was like, and I started connecting everything. I was like, wow, like he's not even talking negative at all, dude. He's literally just excited what he's doing, what he's involved with. He's doing all these different things in his personal life and business life. He's excited about it. And when I started just listening to the conversation, it kind of like intrigued me. It kind of made me excited because when I worked on set, it's the same way. When people talk to celebrities, or I would talk to celebrities, I started noticing kind of the same trend. Is like they're always just talking about what they love doing. They always just talk about what they want to do or what they are doing. Okay, that's what they're talking about. And this is a secret I'm sharing with you today. It's how we talk. It's how we talk. It's how we answer questions. It's what we tell ourselves. Okay, that's what holds us back when we talk about manifesting. When you're talking about laws of attraction, laws of assumption, if I could talk, laws of assumption. Or people comment and say, "Well, it doesn't work. I don't believe in it. Why isn't it working for me?" Okay, and this is probably the number one culprit why it's not working for you. See, why it's not working for you when we stay in this context is because when someone asks you, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Are you excited about it or are you bummed out? Okay, if someone talks about your job, are you pessimistic about your job? Are you negative about your job? You get what I'm saying? How negative are you? The point is that most of us, including myself, okay, I throw myself into this too. Most of us, if we're just completely honest and we start really paying attention to our thoughts, how we think throughout the day, even for myself, I tend to be way more negative than I think I am. I have very negative thoughts, pessimistic thoughts. When someone asks me, "Hey, Chad, how you been doing?" Now I might say, "Oh, I know it's going okay. It's rainy outside. I wish it was sunnier. Wish it was warmer." You know what I mean? I'm not talking from a level of abundance. Okay, now do you do the same thing? Okay, you might think you don't, but start paying attention to just your thoughts and how you speak. Because most of the time, this is what holds us back. Because when we go throughout the day, we're constantly thinking about what we don't want. We're constantly thinking about what we don't want to do. Makes sense? If someone asks us a question, we kind of reaffirm it with our spoken word. We're basically saying, we're constantly thinking or saying what I don't like. What I don't like about this person. What I don't like about the weather. Or it should be warmer. Or it's too hot now. I wish it was hot. Now it's too hot because I'm sweating to death. I wish it was winter time. I wish I loved my job. I wish the boss would do this. We're constantly thinking about what we don't want. We're constantly thinking about what we don't like. We're constantly thinking about what we don't want to do. And that's the thought process that we go throughout our day most of the time. And that's the main separation. The main separation here with celebrities or wealthy people. And that's one thing I noticed is when I would hang around them, they just do it subconsciously. They don't even know they're doing it. They're constantly just talking about what they like and what they love, what they're going to do. They're not even looking at all what they don't like or what they don't like about life, what they don't like about their job. Oh my God, I gotta go to set today. I don't want to go. I hate the director. You don't hear them talking like that. And it's not because they just have abundance of money and they're making millions of dollars on a project. Okay. Maybe they weren't like that in the very beginning of their career, but they kind of grew into that. And that's the separation that I noticed, is that they're constantly, that's why I'm kind of so vibrant now. They're constantly just talking about what they like. Subconsciously, you ask them a question, they're just talking about what they're doing in present moment, what they like about it, what they enjoy about it. They're enjoying life, okay, all the time. So it really comes down to just basic law of attraction rules. Okay, basic law of attraction is, well, like attracts like. Positive attracts positive. Negative attracts negative. So if you're walking around all day long thinking negative thoughts, you think law of attraction doesn't work, but it does work because you're thinking negative all day long and it's attracting negative into your life. Okay. Someone asks you a question, you're negative and pessimistic or putting stuff down. You don't like this. You don't like that. Okay. You're attracting that into your life versus a celebrity that all they're talking about is what they want to do, what they're doing in their life, what they're enjoying, what they're having fun doing. And guess what? They're getting more of it. That's just basic law of attraction. That's just basic law of attraction 101, baby. So that's what we have to understand. We have to access ourselves. Because the hardest part of law of attraction, the hardest part of manifesting is going deep within ourselves and say, okay, well, Chad, my name's Chad, by the way. Chad, what is Chad doing? What is Chad thinking about throughout the day? What's Chad's secret thoughts? Okay, am I thinking negative always throughout the day? Am I thinking pessimistic? Okay, when someone asks me how am I doing, am I kind of negative with it? Am I always thinking about what I want to do, what I love? I mean, the answer would be no. I don't. That's a raw, honest answer. Okay. So what we have to understand, your dominant thoughts are going to manifest to you. What are your dominant thoughts? Okay, what are you constantly thinking about? If you're constantly, I'm repeating myself here, if you're constantly thinking about what you don't like, what you don't want, you get more of it. And the reverse happens. If you're constantly thinking about your dominant thoughts are what I love, what I like. I'm constantly repeating what I love to do, what I like, where I'm going. That's going to bring more to you. It's going to be more what you're dominant in. Okay. See, most of us don't understand this. Most of us, I don't know why it is like this way, but it's so easy to think negative. It's so easy to think pessimistic. That's why it's such a great trap to fall into. That's why it just sneaks up on us and we're just thinking negative. We're either thinking negative, we're speaking negative, or we're speaking in a negative tone or a pessimistic tone. We're putting ourselves down. We put other people down. We talk about other people. Make sense? We go to work. We talk about our significant other. When we come home, we talk about people at work. You know what I mean? And we think law of attraction don't work, but it is working. But it's working in the way you don't want it to work. It's working what you're dominantly thinking about. Okay, this is why we do all these law of attraction exercises. Because it's personal development. The more you do the exercises, the more consistent you are, the more persistent you are at it, it starts changing you slowly. It starts getting rooted in your subconscious mind. Okay, you don't change overnight. Okay, let's just be honest here. It takes a little bit of work. But slowly you start changing. Slowly your thought process starts changing. Slowly you start focusing on more of what you want to do. And once you start slowly focusing on that more and more and more, a bigger percentage during the day, that's when you start seeing a change come in. That's when you start seeing things manifesting to you. And that's the big separation, my friends. I kind of went on this on a tangent. I thought there was going to be a 5-minute video. And instead, it's like a 15-minute video. I'm going to leave you with this. You have to really be honest with yourself and pay attention to your thoughts. How are you thinking? What's your secret thoughts? Are they negative or positive? Okay, when people ask you questions and you just subconsciously answer, how are you answering the questions? Are you constantly answering a positive? Having a positive outlook on life? Are you constantly focused on what you want to do, how you want to live? Are you excited about what you're doing? That's the separation. And that's the separation between a celebrity and you. There's not that big of a separation between a celebrity and yourself. It's just a level of thought. And maybe they didn't start off this way in the beginning of their career, but they adapted that way. Makes sense? But that's what they're doing. When you ask them questions, they're excited. When you ask them questions, that's always about what they're doing, what they're currently doing. They're doing what they love. They're doing what they want to do. They're talking about what they want to do. They're excited about it. I don't want to say they never do, but they don't really focus on what they don't like, my friends. They focus on what they do like majority of the time versus kind of us where we kind of flip flop. Okay, we're focusing on most of the time, we're focusing on what we don't like, what we don't want. We hate our job. We hate the people we work with. We're focused on that all the time. We're thinking about that all through the day. And guess what? That's what comes into our lives. Versus if we flip flopped over here and focus on what we do like, what we do want. That's where the shift would really happen. That's why all these exercises are so important, because it's changing us slowly. It's changing us in our subconscious mind. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to leave you with this. Start thinking like a celebrity. Start thinking like a celebrity. And I'll see you in the next video.